I was curious how you got to work with Kar-wai and how you met him.
Hey, you go read my books. Go f off.
So what are the questions that your producing partner, who's 29, what are the questions?
I think the questions are who are we? Of course, that's the basic one. That's always the basic one. You know, who am I? Who are we? Why am I straight instead of being gay? Why don't I put a cock in my mouth, you know, instead of a pussy in my, the usual, the normal questions, right? Why do I care about breasts as opposed to dicks, you know? So that's the number one question. I know there are many people who think a short film is the way to the big film, and the big film is the way back to the short film that comes before the big film. I don't know what the fuck it's about, but go for it. Just make your own bloody film, because what we saw before our film moved me as much as what Jing Sha and what you think about our film does. I think, it's all about the kids. Sorry. Go for it, kids. Fuck you very much, It's not a system, it's an energy. Please have that energy. I hope we give you that tonight. So some asshole, critic is going to say, oh, this looks like a Wong Kar-wai film. I'm going to say, fuck you. I'm going to say, fuck you, this is my film. And of course, it smells a little bit of Wong Kar-wai because, for Christ's sake, he's been part of my life for 10 years. And so, of course, there's something there. So why don't you go home and change your nose, because it's your father's nose,
If you really like surfing, go surf. If you're good at boom boom, become a prostitute. If you like cooking, open a restaurant. But if you're really confused, become a filmmaker.
Happy to get it. I love that movie.
Are you gay?
No, and that's why I love it, I think.
Why is he not gay?
Because it's so...
You're so fuckable. I mean,
Do you want one?
Of course, they all want one.
We do want one.
Yeah, everyone wants one.
Does everybody want one?
Yeah, everyone must have one.
But it's Buenos Aires. It's there's something about it.
This is so cool. This is so cool. The camera's still rolling.
Yeah,
This is exactly what I should like. Okay. So it's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. We're drinking to your beauty. I've never had any interest in cinema. I lived in Australia, where I grew up in suburban Sydney. The only thing you do to go to the cinema with the girls, because it's dark, and you're when you're a kid, there's nowhere else to go, or you go to have fights with the other guys, and rip up the streets, the seats. Come here, it's okay. You see look how beautiful the light falls on your face. But how come your makeup? Because you have this warm makeup. So you know that because she works here, so her makeup is warm. The color of her hair is warm because she knows more than we do. Usually, Asian women want to look a little bit whiter than they really are. And they're not yellow, that's for sure. I mean, I think most Asian women are more white than most white women, because most white women are pinkish, in skin coloration. If I don't work, I get into trouble. So. Didn't you hear I was dancing all night last night? Don't encourage me. It's not good. I got to work. It's my salvation.
Maybe you can do both, at work and get in trouble.
I dance when I work, that's true.
Yeah.
I think the films are always about dancing. I think the relationship between the camera and an actor is a dance.
How do you, then where do you, physically, how do you sort of operate on a set then too? Are you...
Well, I'll show you. My doctor said my spine is like that, because I'm always hand-holding the camera. I think that, of course, the obvious way to go is to hand-hold, is to be so like we are now. So that if I suddenly move, he's going to either say, what the fuck is he doing? Or he's going to sort of dance with me. So I think that's it. So, my doctor says, why don't you put the camera on the left shoulder? Because I can't see out of there. You're supposed to clap.
No.
The outstanding look of the film of Wong Kar-wai, Christopher Doyle. Christopher Doyle.
forgot my shoes. But I'm here because we're here because it's all about what it looks like. I'm sorry they gave me some script, but I don't give a shit. Bonsoir. Tous les enculés du monde, je t'aime. Ni hao, that's Chinese for how are you, and tonight, ich liebe dich. Believe it or not, I'm a cinematographer. Believe it or not, some of them are not like me. That's why they make films that influence what we see. You fucking wonderful whore, come up and take a prize.
Many people have asked me, so why don't you make a remake? And then they asked Wong Kar-wai also, why don't you do a remake of or something, an update or something? I said, are you kidding? That was how we were then. Why would you go back? I remember virginity, but I don't want to go back there. Are you kidding? I mean, for some reason, I'm not going back, because you can't. Thank you for coming. Can I leave now?